What's up, y'all? Uncle Dave. How you doing today? I hope good. Now, did you get a chance to check out my Port Aransas video? I hope you did. There's some nice stuff in there, nice little footage. I've still got more coming in part 2. I just wanted to take a little time to tell you a little story. I kind of had something on my mind ever since we come back. It's something that happened while we was down there, and it just kind of been on my mind, and I've been wanting to sit down and talk to you guys about it and let you know how I felt. So while we were in Port Aransas, we went rented a beach buggy from one of the local vendors there. I'll go ahead and give them a shout out, Bronze Beach Buggies. It was a nice experience. They had a real nice little rig for us to drive, a little golf cart, kind of jacked up to ride the beach and everything. It was a nice experience. We had a 24-hour rental on it. So the next day when our rental was about up, I'm going down the beach. I wanted to take it down the beach one last time, before I turned it in. So I'm going down the beach, and when I go to make my turn to head back up the main road, I notice that there's this family there in a minivan with the front end like sunk down. I mean, just buried the front end of this little minivan. It was like a Chrysler Pacifica or a Dodge Caravan, one of them, it just buried deep in the front end. They're front wheel drive. So the more you step on it in the sand, the further you just sink right down. When I passed, I noticed 3 or 4 big 4-wheel drive trucks drive right past this family. And I mean, you're talking a husband, his wife, 2 or 3 girls and a boy, something like that. It was a decent sized family, and I passed by and I see like all of them in the front just trying to dig it out. I start coming back up and I see them all trying to push it and everything, and all these guys with these big old souped up trucks with their lift kits and their fat wheels and all that, they're just driving right past them. Like, man, you've got the means. Get these people out of there. Can't you see that their entire day at the beach is being ruined, sweating yourself to death, jacking with sand all over you, just hot, miserable. You're reaching underneath the motor end of this car, pulling this sand out. It's got to be hot. And everybody's frustrated and all that. And, we're coming back from dropping off the cart. We're coming back. I have my Sport 4x4 EcoBoost F-150. Not trying to promote or anything, but I do love my Ford pickup. Nothing wrong with Chevys. I won't say nothing about Dodge, but nothing wrong with Chevys. But I've kind of grown to like Ford because they've been pretty dependable for me. So I take my Sport 4x4 F-150 and I pull up to these people. I said, you know what? I'm going to get you out of there. And the guy's like, no, man, it's okay, man. You guys can go on. I don't want to ruin your day. And I said, you know what? Your day's already ruined, Bubba. Look what you're doing. You're stuck right here at the exit to get off the beach so you guys can go enjoy the rest of your day, and you're stuck. Let me help you out. Let's find somewhere to hook my strap up to, and I'll get you out of there. So I turned my truck around. They dug underneath it trying to find this little clip or whatever to hook the strap to. They couldn't find it, so I had them turn the tire a little bit so I can find somewhere underneath there to hook onto. I found a good solid piece of frame to hook onto, and had them straighten the wheel out. Put my truck in 4-wheel drive, and granted, I did paint that poor little red minivan in sand, like completely. I mean, I was spinning. They were in a hole. I was spinning, and I painted that thing good with sand. But I got them out. After I got them out, the mother's like, oh my gosh, do you have Venmo? I can pay you. No, ma'am, I don't have a Venmo. Well, I don't have any cash on me. No, ma'am, I didn't do this for cash. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but when I see, especially like an entire family that's needing some help, and it's not really like extensive help. It's not like I had to break my back or do something like really crazy, to help these people out. All I did was hook a strap to my truck and their van, and give it some gas. Took them out of the sand. That's it. Okay. It took me 5 minutes, and most of the time was trying to get a spot to get hooked up to. But, the mother was, kind of adamant about wanting to pay us and everything. And I told her, I said, look, the only thing that I want from you guys is to enjoy the rest of your day. I've been there, guys. I've been there in situations where we're broke down on the side of the road. I've got my 3 screaming kids and they're young. My kids are grown now. The youngest is fixing to be 18. But back when they were little, we got ourselves in a situation where we were broke down, and without some random stranger's help, the entire day could have been just a day of frustration and anger. It's when you're faced with an adversity like that, where it's an unexpected mishap that totally shuts down the progress of your day. It's frustrating, people. And I mean, I've been there. I've gotten pretty dang mad from simple breakdowns, because I turn around and I look at the car and it's like, I got my kids in there. They're all sweating. Everybody's hot. Everybody's miserable, or everybody's freezing cold. One time I drove my vehicle into a ditch. We were in a snowstorm. There was a couple inches of ice on the road, and a good wind gust took us off the road and put us in the ditch. My entire family, me and my 3 kids and my wife, in almost waist deep snow in the ditch, and these guys come up. Hey, man, we're going to take, one guy, him and his wife, they took my family into town. We were about, 2 or 3 miles outside of town. He took my family into town to the local Dairy Queen, got them some coffee and everything, while the highway department took and hooked up to my truck, got us pulled out, got me pulled out because they were Dairy Queen. Got me pulled out and got me back on the road, and I showed up at Dairy Queen, and the nice lady at the Dairy Queen, I don't know her name, y'all, but nice little lady in Dairy Queen in Florida, Texas, back, maybe 10 years ago or so, 10, maybe even longer than that, 10, maybe 12 years ago, come running out there with a cup of coffee for me because she knew I had just been stuck in a ditch, because she had just given my family some hot chocolate, something warm to get inside of them, because it was blizzard conditions, y'all. I shouldn't have been on the road. They were shutting the roads down behind us, But going back to my story, I didn't want to help them people to try to get some kind of money out of them. All I wanted was for that family to enjoy the rest of their day. I didn't want to just drive past them. When you work construction, a lot of the companies you work for, they say stuff like, don't walk past something. If you see something, say something. If it's an issue, do something about it. And that's kind of like how I am my entire life. If I'm not just gonna go by somebody and just look over and be like, oh man, they're stuck good, ain't they? No, guys, that's not Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave will pull over. If Uncle Dave sees you on the side of the road, Uncle Dave's going to pull over and help you out. Plain and simple. Now, don't take advantage of Uncle Dave, because I know there's some of you out there that are criminalistic and take advantage of people that like to help, which is unfair to those of us that it's just in our nature to help. Okay? But just know that that's how Uncle Dave is, y'all. I'm going to cut out of here, but I kind of wanted to share that story because I'd like to see what y'all's comments are, to see, how you would react in this situation. Let me know down in the comments. How would you react to this situation? I want to see it. And the next video after part 2 of Port Aransas, I'll try to take a look at them comments and respond to them on air. Okay? Just for you guys. Now, if you haven't already, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mama, tell your daddy, subscribe to Uncle Dave's channel. Tell them about my videos. I know I don't have a lot yet, but it's a work in progress, y'all. And I will keep dropping jokes once a day, you know. Okay, you done pulled one out of me. A priest, a monk, and a rabbi walk into the bar. The bartender looks up and says, "Is this some kind of joke?" Sometimes I crack myself up, guys. You guys take care. Uncle Dave out.